Okay, hi, Rose here. To be honest, I did not read a single book in February. I read a absolute shit ton of fan fiction, but really that is just the story of my life. I swear, when I die, on my tombstone, it could simply read, "Here lies Rose, a beloved wife. She read a lot of fan fiction." It wouldn't be wrong. But anyways, so to make up for this, and I didn't read anything simply because I didn't feel like it. So to make up for this, I'm like, okay, well, what is something simple and easy to get back into reading some physical books? And so I decided upon romance novellas, and I don't recall if I've ever read a novella, so there's that. And I specifically what did I just say? I wanted to read some romance novellas by Black authors specifically. So yesterday I did some research on that. I searched for like legit like a couple hours trying to find some options, and I found two. Why am I reading specifically two? Because one, I want to do this all in one day, just because. And why only two? Because I consider myself like an average speed reader, and I believe in total, both novellas are like maybe 200 pages, roughly around there. And yeah, for me, that would probably take me like pretty much all day. So, two it is. Okay, I have Husband Material by Brenda Jackson. The summary of this particular story is simply some dude wants to get his ex-wife back, and apparently she has some tragic secrets or something. Okay, and the second story is called Once Ghosted, Twice Shy. It is from the Reluctant Royals series by Alyssa Cole. Hopefully I don't have to read these books chronologically, because this is apparently number 2.5 in the series, and I've read none of them. So hopefully I won't be confused. And essentially this one seems to be, and this one is, it's a female-female romance. I just realized in the previous clip that I said female-female relationship. I feel weird about that. I don't like that. It's a woman-woman relationship. There we go. Okay, I feel a little bit better now. And it looks like a woman, she was dumped. This woman was dumped by this woman, and eventually they meet up again, and potential reconciliation happens, and this woman wants to figure out, hey, why did you dump me? So this has to, what, that was not on purpose. I'm reading two stories about exes trying to get back with, okay, coincidence. I got both of those on ebook specifically. Oh, okay, cool. I figured out, don't tell anyone, even though I'm telling everyone by putting this on the internet. I figured out that I can still access audiobooks and ebooks from the library that I used back in the States. And so I am taking advantage of that whilst I can. It opens up so many roads because it means I don't have to freaking buy everything. And okay, that's awesome news right there. I think when it comes to reading, I think I'm gonna start with Husband Material, because I'll be honest and I'll say I'm a little less interested in this story compared to Once Ghosted, Twice Shy, so that is what I will start with. And I am making a promise to you and myself right now. I am not going to stop every 5 pages to share my thoughts. These are really short. I think the Husband Material is like 106 pages, so perhaps after 50%, then I'll check in with you to disclose my thoughts. I will keep everything non-spoiler. Is that all you need to know? Blah, 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 blah. If you hear that in the background, the noises, I think I made a tactical error. I started a load of laundry. You will have seen that, my excited clip about laundry at some point. I stated it in a recent video, and I'm gonna state it again here because not everybody watches every single one of my videos. If you do, thank you. So I am living in a different apartment slash Airbnb along with my husband, and guys, as you can see, my life has just stepped up. That phrasing is weird, but I don't, whatever. Things have improved so much. So in the previous apartment that we were in, the washer was out on a balcony, and that balcony was about 35 stories above the ground. And I stated in a previous vlog that I'm afraid of heights, so that was not ideal. And now it's right here at my freaking fingertips. This is what my life has come to, okay? Where I am just so ecstatic and so happy to just have a washer in the apartment. I don't know, adult life, man, or something. You gotta find your joy where you can. And oh, okay, I'm gonna cut to another clip because I wanna show you about something about the washer. This is the content you signed up for, hold on. The amazing thing about this particular washer is, guys, it's the buttons, you'll hear it in a minute. It sounds like the Super Mario Brothers game way back from like the 90s. Just listen, okay? Again, it's the small joys in life, okay? Ah! It sounds like I'm collecting the golden coins in the freaking game, and oh god, it amuses me so much. Okay, I hope that brought you just as much joy as it brought me. Okay, cool. Okay, reading time. Where's the stop button? Y'all, I had just gotten fully adjusted, gotten into the story and everything, and I realized I didn't even freaking press record. So that's how things are going. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, okay. You know how I said that I wasn't gonna talk after every 5 pages? Well, I guess I lied. So, I just found out from like page 2. This is about people who are in Hollywood, and I'm not really the biggest fan of stories that center around Hollywood or directors and actors, like people being in the spotlight like that in stories. It's just not my thing. I don't know, I guess I'm glad that I'm starting with this particular story first. What just flew by my face? I don't know, some sort of bug. So, okay, we'll see how this goes. Okay, open mind, open mind, open mind. Yeah, hi. Okay, so just completely forget about me saying like I'm not gonna check in every 10 pages because once again here we are. 2 things. 1, this is now jumping around from point of views like very suddenly, so I guess I should expect that to jump from so far 2 point of views, which not a terrible thing, but not my favorite thing in the world. And 2, if I'm supposed to like this leading man, since this is non-spoiler, the way this dude is acting, the entitlement, the control he seems to think that he has over basically his ex-wife. No. Yikes. Ew. Oh dear. This, I'm very interested to see where this is gonna go. Like, I am interested to see what's going to happen, so kudos to the author for, you know, getting me hooked and wanting to continue reading. But yeah, what I'm mostly interested in is how am I gonna feel about these 2 people that I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to root for, particularly the man. Matthew, I think is his name. Okay, I actually really feel like I should expound upon what I mean by the control that Matthew has. Some general advice. People cannot and should not control you. Can they share their opinions on things? Yes. Should they share their opinions unwarranted? No. generally people should share their opinions when you are open to them and saying, and you know, openly saying, yes, I want your opinion on this particular topic. Then go ahead. Hi, here checking in with you at 50%, and just know if this was not a novella, I think I would honestly DNF this story, but I think this one is like 90 pages long or something, so I can push through. There's just, yeah, I'm not enjoying it. I'll give more reasons and explanations towards the very end when I can really form a good conclusion once, you know, I've finished the story, but for now, I'll just say there's just a lot of foolishness that's going on that I don't particularly care for.
Speaking of foolishness, even before these two reconciled, they were having unprotected sex. Wrap it before you tap it, okay?
And I can definitely say that this kind of story, it's not for me. I can definitely see other people enjoying this, but not me. Okay, cool. I need a break from this, and I'm gonna have lunch. Yep, lunchtime. And if you wanted to know, lunch today is it's some sort of like mushroom sauce spaghetti that my husband picked up yesterday. So, okay, there's this grocery store that's really close to us, thank goodness, and they sell basically like, you know, they make the food and they sell it. It's really cheap. You can get meals for under $3 and even $2. It's freaking amazeballs. And I mean, you know, is at that price, is it the best food in the world? No, but is it still good? Yes. And I'm so happy about that. So that's the end of my story. Okay, I'm gonna eat now. Two quick things I want to share with you all. This right here, the Thai Denmark chocolate milk, is just one of my favorite things that I can only get here in Thailand. You know, I'm sure this is not the best chocolate milk that there is in the world, that the world has to offer, but whatever. I super enjoy it, and I'm always very jazzed when I can get my hands on it, you know, when I'm here in Thailand. And the second thing I want to share with you all, so you know, for people who do live in Thailand and for when people outside can finally come back in, where is it? Dagnabbit, there it is. Okay, right there. Pretty much on any product now that I have noticed, it will show whether or not a beverage or food is halal. And here's another example. Here is a glorious thing of Pringles. Where is it? Right there. Focus. There we go. Just a cool thing. That's it. That's all I want to share with you. Look how freaking tiny this is. They do come in larger sizes than this, but this little baby thing is pretty much the perfect size for me. It pretty much just stops me from drinking too much, really. So it's so cute. That's delicious. Okay. Okay, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. The amount of words and phrases for a dick or a penis is freaking hilarious. Okay, I gotta. Here's an example. Quote, "The waistband of his trunks hung low and fully outlined a purely masculine male." I'm not supposed to be laughing during this part, folks, but oh my god. I can't. Okay. Okay, I did it, guys. I finished reading the novella called Husband Material. Right off the bat, that was just not for me. I sighed a lot, and I just did really out loud a lot. I'm trying to collect my thoughts and still try to remain non-spoilery. I don't think the author, she's not a bad writer. I just think that her writing style is just simply not my taste. I'm gonna kind of jump all over the place, so forgive me on that. I will say that if other romance stories, whether it's novellas or full-length novels, if the writing style, a lot of it out there is very similar to this, then, especially in terms of sexy times when people are banging it out, if a lot of those stories are like this, wow, that is not my jam. Especially when little phrases are being splashed in front of my face, like womanly folds or whatever. I'm like, I can't take you seriously. I can't. Okay. I will definitely say that I like characters, and character development is what I enjoy and focus on the most when it comes to stories. And if I don't have the time to connect with the characters, all that good stuff, then it's just harder for me to get into a story and frankly enjoy a story. And because everything was shoved into 90 pages, that was just not enough time for me. And I get that. Again, it's a novella, so the author has a very limited time to lay all the information or the necessary information for this particular story. And so it makes me a little bit nervous to read the next novella, because as I just stated, I want more information, and I feel like I didn't get much of anything. So overall, I don't feel particularly satisfied like with anything. And when it comes to the characters, Carmen and Matthew, that is the two leads in there, I just didn't really care because I just didn't have time to really get to know them. So I felt very detached throughout reading the entire thing, and I especially didn't care for when they were banging it out, because the way that their relationship was, and I think this is not spoilery to say, they suck at communicating. Apparently when they were married, not great. And so their lack of communication, and then just things that happened within this very brief story, to me it just kind of came across that the biggest and main thing that really connected them was their sex life, which, I mean, on that part, kudos for them for having a great sex life at some point or whatever, but that's not a relationship. A relationship can't survive on just having a good sex life. Wait, I feel like, was I going towards a point? Did I already make the point, or did I miss the point? I'm not sure. In any case, a point being is that because of their tumultuous past, and the clear fact that they're not great at communicating, it did not make for a good time in me reading the sex scenes and stuff. And plus, just as I already stated, the writing style for the sex scenes was just, I think I was laughing too much for what I think the author would want the reader to be doing. I was just laughing and sighing and going like, okay. In conclusion, the story was not for me. Didn't really enjoy it. Can I rate this? So, do you know what? I shouldn't feel guilty for like how I feel about this. I would honestly rate this like 2 stars. It is what it is. Let's move on to the next one, which is Once Ghosted, Twice Shy. Please be more enjoyable. What was I gonna say? Okay, I am 38% of the way through the story, and thankfully I'm enjoying this much better than the previous story. 2 things I'll point out at the moment. 1, I am enjoying the writing style a lot better than the previous story, so there's that. And 2, I appreciate that while in this story the point of view does switch back and forth, but it's a lot clearer of when that's going to happen, because sometimes it would just happen randomly in the previous story, which was called, I already forgot, husband material. Yeah, it would just happen randomly. Not cool. So I like that. And actually, okay, more than 2 things. This story, it's jumping back and forth between the present time and a past time. I don't know, it's making for, oh, my battery's flashing. It's making for, I guess, a more interesting read. The whole, you know, a better writing style, something that I vibe more with, is definitely helping. And oh my god, battery, please don't die on me. And what was I gonna say? Oh, I also think that these characters, they feel more like real people compared to the previous story, where they just kind of felt a bit hollow and a bit more like caricatures. Just the way that this is written and how the dialogue goes, it feels like people. There we go. Okay, I need to change this battery and continue reading. So, update complete. I am losing my light very quickly. That's what happens when the day goes. Anyways, okay. I am about to go to a mall nearby for dinner with my husband, and we're also gonna pick up some groceries, so we'll see what clips that I will get from that. I'll at least definitely show you what I'm going to have for dinner, because I don't know, I guess I like showing you what I eat. Is that weird? No, that's not weird. It's fine. It's normal. Okay, no, that's it. So, cut to whatever the next clip is. Hi guys, and I'm back, and now at, I don't know, it's like past 8 p.m. Normally I would be showered and winding down for the night, but I'm doing this for you and me and you. It's, anyways, what? Had a lovely time at dinner. It was delicious. We went to, you'll see the clips, have seen the clips. We went to one of our favorite Japanese chains of restaurants, and just get to the point. I am on 65% of the story. I need to finish it and then tell you guys what I think. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's do that. I did it! I finished it! Okay, so concluding thoughts. I definitely enjoyed the, oh crap, what is it called again? I keep forgetting. I enjoyed Once Ghosted, Twice Shy from the Reluctant Royal series a lot more than I did the Husband Material novella. And I'm probably repeating myself, but it's fine. If I had to summarize, the characters definitely felt like actual people compared to in the previous novella, so I certainly appreciated that. Again, I also liked the author's writing style a lot better. I probably already said this too, but particularly the dialogue, I don't know, it sounded, or read, I should say, it read and sounded more natural. It sounded like things that human beings would actually say, because again, in the Husband Material, those characters, they never really felt like true characters, at least for me. There was just something a bit more hollow with them, and frankly the story, which, yeah, okay, the stories were not that different in length. I think Husband Material was about 90 pages, and the second novella, that one was about like 106 pages, and yet it felt like there was a lot more development in the second story compared to the first story, so it can be done. Gosh darn it. Right now, I'm not really sure if I would want to read anything else by Brenda Jackson, who wrote Husband Material. Maybe down the line, I would give a full-length novel from her a go, because at least her novella, no. I definitely want to give Alyssa, I want to read more from Alyssa Cole. This is the first story I've ever read from her, and I know that she is quite popular from what I can tell on BookTube, and I think she's probably quite popular in the romance community, just in general, and I can understand why. Overall, I would say the story, I liked it. I would probably rate it a solid 3 stars, which for me, and I think in general 3 stars, that's still that's a good rating. That's not bad. So 3 stars. I don't really know if I should say this, but again, it's a novella, although it definitely felt more developed compared to Husband Material, there were some things that felt just a little bit rushed. But yeah, she has such a short amount of time to write out the story, so I forgive that. And again, at least in comparison, even though there were some parts that were a bit rushed, it was just more satisfactory compared to Husband Material. So we are now here at the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed this. I am definitely proud of myself, self high five, for reading something that wasn't fan fiction. There we go. Although I never have any regrets for reading fan fiction. I want to make that clear. So good job me, and I do have the motivation and general inspiration to read more in this month of March, so yay for that. And cool. Thank you. There we go. Gotta thank you. Thank you all so much for watching. Please take care, everyone, and I'll see you all in my next video. I'm tired. It's close to my bedtime. Oh, right. Like and subscribe if that feels right to you. Okay. Bye, guys. Bye.